Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. A little late. Patrick and I were fixing our hair, right, Patrick?
Yeah, definitely. My curling iron broke.
Yeah, and my straightener wasn't getting hot enough.
I hate it, man.
Yeah, look at us, like we don't know what that stuff is. We got girls at home. We know how that works.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think, so we've got Natalie Waters. That was going to be like our big special surprise guest, but we ain't touching any buttons because things don't work very good. So Natalie's down there, so we'll get to Natalie in a minute. Hi, Natalie. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Best ever. Best ever.
I love it.
So, Patrick, I'm outside a beautiful night in downtown Meridian. I thought we'll do the podcast on the corner.
Nice.
So if anybody see anybody throwing dollar bills my way, you know.
Wait, what corner?
I'm on the corner of Broadway and Main.
Ooh.
And right back there is the Pit Stop Sports Bar and Grill. See it?
You can see it. How'd you pick?
Barely. Maybe
How'd the first week go?
First week was awesome. A week ago tonight, we had 0 empty tables, and I helped our last out the front door at 2:15 a.m. Went to the racetrack, did my full-time gig at the racetrack at 9 o'clock the next morning. I think I slept for the first time Sunday, but that's okay because that's the point. We want this deal. Lost. There you are.
There you go.
There we go. It was buffering. So, yeah, I think it went really well so far.
Yeah, people are saying the food was good.
Food was good. It was fun. Hang on, I'm going to cross the road, see if I get run over. That'd be something new, getting ran over on.
Well, now he's going to buffer as he crosses. Please tell me that he's safe.
Can you hear me, Patrick? You froze on me.
You made it across.
Natalie, can you hear me? Anyone?
Yes.
There's Patrick.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, it was a good first week, and
You got to find the sweet
hang on.
spot, like I used to have to do with the microphone at Magic Valley.
I know. I feel like I'm
in circle and stand there.
I'm going to turn off the old Wi-Fi because I think I'm trying to connect to the bar. There, how's that?
Good.
Okay. Turned off Wi-Fi, so we're not trying to connect to the bar since I'm across the street.
All right.
But yeah, Friday, we've got some friends of ours that made the trip down to Pensacola, Florida. We're going to talk to one of them in a minute, and we're going to kick every TV in the bar on to the first segment, I guess you call it, for the Race for the Million, Patrick. Sprint car world here.
Dude, that's a lot of cash, bro. So I gotta understand how this is all gonna work.
Yeah, it is going to be it's going to be an awesome thing that's going to go all through the summer. And like I said, we'll chat with Nat here in a minute. And I know Brian's down there, and she can probably update us on some of the other regional local people that have made the trek. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then on Saturday, the Cars Tour is going to be at Tri-Cities Raceway. Kevin Harvick's Cars Tour is taking over the West Coast. That's going to be on live at the bar. And then on Sunday, Lacey and the gang up there at Tri-Cities are going to be putting on the Apple Cup Northwest Super Late Models. So anybody local can come hang out and watch that with us, courtesy of Tommy Mason and the crew at Low Budget TV. They said, yep, turn it on in the bar and get everybody in there, Patrick. So lots of racing this weekend, man.
That's awesome. That's a good time, good place, good food. I want to cruise up there.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, no one has died, but I even had to work the grill. I guess that's part of the ownership part sometimes.
Yeah.
Made a couple cheeseburgers and some chicken strips. Nobody puked, nobody died. So week number one was good.
Very good. That's a win.
But I do appreciate, before we get rolling here, all the people. You know, it's kind of a gamblish endeavor that went on. Monica jumped in, and I tried and help her with this bar deal. And yeah, you never know. But the cool thing is for every stranger that's sitting at our bar eating a cheeseburger, there's 17 race family people coming in and drinking a Coke, a Dr. Pepper, a beer, whatever. So Jerry Davis with the Snake River Legends was in just before we went on the air. All he wanted to do is him and his wife wanted to buy a drink and support the place, and then off they went because they're old like us. They probably had to go to bed.
That's okay. They're showing their love in the way they can. That's awesome.
So yeah, so everybody jump on and comment, talk to us a little bit. We'll take 45 minutes or an hour and talk about a big weekend of racing. But as long as we got her here, Patrick, you reached out to the Waters Racing Crew, Nat Attack, Race to End Bowling. That's a huge sponsor of us. And we're going to shift down to where exactly are you, Natalie? Are you in Pensacola? Where are you tonight?
Yes, I am here in Pensacola, about 20 minutes from Five Flags Speedway.
That just makes me jealous already, Patrick.
Down there long? What time did you land?
Yeah, so our flight left at about 7:30 this morning out of Salt Lake City, had some layover in Atlanta, and landed here at 3 p.m. So not too bad. And then we went and dropped trailer off at the track. My grandpa John and our friend Kim and my boyfriend Chase have been hauling the car down for about 3 days. So they made real good timing to pick us up at the airport today at 3 p.m. Me and mine and Chase's cousin Spencer or Chase's cousin Spencer. So we got settled. We came to our Airbnb and then we went and ate dinner at an Applebee's. We were gonna try something new, something unique to Pensacola. But last time we did that in Idaho, I got sick on some Mexican food the night before the race and the day of the race. So we decided to play it safe and find an Applebee's. So yeah, we're just hanging out.
Well, that's
Too bad they don't have a Pit Stop Sports Bar and Grill down there, huh, Patrick?
Yeah. I know.
You made those guys drive and you got to fly down?
Yeah, I'm in my last 2 weeks of college, so I'm trying not to risk anything and decided it was probably worth it to get some classes done and for the week and be able to just focus on the race and instead of trying to do it all in the hall. So I did get to fly, but not it wasn't really in my favor. That means I had to sit and do school for all day Monday and Tuesday, a whole week's worth. So
Right on. So next week you're all done.
Yep, next week I actually graduate on next Friday, April 17th.
Right on. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Some of us are old, Patrick. We're still all trying to graduate, aren't we? Although you're right there too, so you're right there, right?
Yeah, that's my school is doing the commencement on the 17th, but I'm going to be somewhere way better than at school.
Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be Ochre Hills Golf Course, Tooele, Utah, for the Race to End Bowling golf tournament. So,
Heck yeah.
They were like, "Do you want to come walk for graduation?" I was like, "Guys, you don't understand. I got somewhere way better to be. Just send me my diploma in the mail."
Well, I mean, you could come to my graduation. I'd let you walk.
You'd let me walk there?
I mean, it's April 17th, so our golf tournament is supposed to end at between 2 and 3 p.m. And I walk at graduation at 6 p.m. in Tooele.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
It's all about scheduling, Patrick.
That's going to be quite the day.
Oh yeah. Yep. We're supposed to be at the golf tournament, and we are still looking for a couple more teams to fill up if anyone is interested. It's 500 per man or per a 4-man team. That includes your golf cart. We're serving lunch, raffles, and a couple of fun games along the way. But yeah, so that's going to start. We have to be there around 7 a.m. to get everything set up, and then we start golfing at 8 a.m. And by the time we get done with lunch, get everything cleaned up, it'll be about 3 p.m. And then I'm actually giving a speech at graduation. So I have to be there early. So I'm supposed to be there at 5, and then we walk at 6, and it's all going to work out fine. It's going to be fine.
It's going to be a good long day, but it's going to be really good.
Yes, I'm hoping so.
That's awesome. Where is your graduation? Where's that going on?
It's in Tooele County in Erda. It's at Deseret Peak High School, brand new high school.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Natalie, tell us about the race for the million.
Oh,
You're good, Patrick. I
Yeah.
interrupted you.
no, you're good. Okay, so race million is what you're doing down there in Florida. What, like, if someone hasn't heard about this, explain what it is.
Yes, so there's honestly still a lot that I am learning about it every day. The biggest thing, obviously, is the $1 million. The total purse is $1 million. That is split up amongst 4 races. So this is the first one here in Pensacola. The next one is, I believe, June 3rd in Michigan. And then the one after that, I believe, is July 25th, which is also in Michigan, but at a different racetrack. And then the last one is in Colorado on August 22nd, I believe. So we are running those 4 races. So the money is dispersed on wins. Obviously, at the track, there's some specialties like top qualifier and a couple others as well too. And then you also accumulate points around those 4 races, and they will crown a champion. And then there will also be a big lump sum of money to win for the championship, and then that will get paid down the line as well too. So what's really attractive is not only the big amount of money to win, but how much it pays down the line. So even if you finish in top 10 or the top 10 for the season in that championship, you're still making a decent amount of money that makes it worth it to travel here to Florida, travel to Michigan twice, and make that short run for us from Utah to Colorado.
And is this the first time they've done this?
Yes, so this is the first time. It is gosh, I cannot think of his name right now, but he's a Sprint Car Hall of Famer that is putting this on. And he's obviously a big lover of sprint cars, and he just had some cash and wanted to have a good time and wanted to bring the sport back to life. And kind of seeing what Davey Hamilton's been doing, and wanted to kind of exemplify it, make it more than just one event a year. And so it's really just going to help the sprint car series in general. We've seen it struggle, right? We've seen series disappear and tracks disappear, and now we're seeing drivers come out of retirement and people throwing cars together to make these races. So it's really just a way for him to kind of give back to the sprint car racing that he had back when he was racing, and bring it back up for future generations.
And are you looking at the entry list and saying, "Oh yeah, I've raced with most of these guys already before in other places," or is there a decent amount of guys that you've never raced against?
I'd say it's pretty 50-50. If you took Open Wheel Showdown out of the mix, it's definitely more people I don't usually race with. But there are a lot of interesting names on that list. A lot of people that I watched race at Rocky Mountain Raceways once a year, or, that was racing against my Uncle Jimmy Waters and stuff. And, some of the names I almost didn't recognize until, my grandpa John was like, gosh, I can't believe so-and-so is going to be there. And I almost just want to go watch it, and so it'll be really exciting to see some of those names out there. But then you obviously have a ton of locals not local for me, but local for who I race with. We got Brian Wharf going down, Jeff Montgomery. So we're going to have actually a couple big wheelie chassis going down there, which will be exciting. You got ours and Jim's, and you got Montgomery's and Humphreys, and there might be a couple more going as well too. So it'll be really exciting to see some more chassis wheels coming from Idaho and going all the way down to Florida and kind of showing off a little bit.
And there's been, you made a couple changes to some stuff on your car recently, yeah?
Yes, so we have actually been working really hard because we have had some struggles that just didn't need to happen. It was just a learning curve with a brand new chassis, and we do have a not a new motor, but a rebuilt motor that is going to help us a ton, because last year we were just really fighting motor issues, and so it never gave us a chance to focus on our setup because we were so worried about just getting the motor to run, and then by the time the motor was running, it was too late to make any decisions about how we were going to get the car set up to run. And so it just was always putting us 2 steps behind. And so we finally decided to get that super modified that we bought from Colton Nelson, and it came with the 410 motor. And so we took that motor out of the super. We had it gone through at Shark Racing Engines, and we had a couple new pieces put on it and had it finally dynoed. We've never had a motor dynoed, so that took some stress off our shoulders, kind of knowing what we're going to do with our fuel sheets and stuff like that, instead of playing a guessing game all the time. So, just that's huge. And then we also went all the way through the car, and we've had a really bad vibration we've been struggling with, especially at the bigger tracks. And so we ended up putting a new heavier duty driveline in as well too. And so that will kind of help with what they call driveline whip, which is where the motor has so much torque, right? And so there's so much pressure on that driveline that it actually starts to bend in the center, and it'll kind of touch the sleeve that it goes around and create that vibration towards the end of the straightaway. So we've increased our diameter of some driveline and done a few things that'll hopefully make it more comfortable to drive, make it easier to make decisions, and get us making decisions at a faster pace.
Right on. And tell us about the track.
Oh my goodness. I've been a little bit of a nervous wreck. I'll tell you that. I was thinking it'd be a little bit like Colorado, and I wasn't too nervous. And then we sat down and watched some qualifying on some GoPros of past drivers, and they're full throttle, wide open the whole time qualifying. And it's a half-mile racetrack, so it's about double the size of Twin Falls and Meridian, and it's really wide, really sweepy, pretty banked. We all park on the inside of the track, if that tells you how big it is. So we're really excited to try it. And especially, what's really appealing about these 4 races for us 410 motors is, we've always had to restrict down to race against the 360s and build the class up. But this Race for the Millions series is actually 410 open motors only. So we've never ran without our restrictors. And I actually took a picture of what our intake looked like on the stacks with those restrictors in it, and right next to it with the restrictor or without the restrictors. And that difference is insane. We're sucking so much air, going in. So we're excited to see what the car will do without the restrictors on a big racetrack, and with this new motor as well too.
That's awesome. You got a chance. You were driving around the neighborhood a little bit, right? You didn't really get to open it up, though, I'm sure, huh?
Yeah, I really wanted to. But, it was funny because so we fired it, and we always fire it before we go. And sometimes it doesn't even matter. Sometimes we fire it and everything's great, and we show up to the track and it won't fire. And, that's real frustrating. But we always make sure we fire it and don't have any leaks or anything like that when we get a new motor put in and are traveling this far. And it was, we usually only fire it once and no leaks, and we call it good and load it up. But this time I fired it, and we had like one minimal fuel drip coming out. And so we shut it off, and we went to push it back in the house, and we were all kind of standing there looking at it and looked at each other like, should we fire it again? and so we did. we pushed it back up the street, and we fired it again. And then we all just kind of sat around, revved it a couple times, and watched some of the neighbors come out and have a look. And our neighbor's actually a cop, and he was all excited too. So so it was a good time, and we're really excited to almost just listen to it, just to kind of hear the difference in the horsepower that it's going to put out without those restrictors on it.
Yeah. What's the weather forecast?
It's supposed to be sunny and 75. So we're I know, right? So we're pretty excited today. It was about 74 degrees and just kind of cloudy. It was like perfect weather. So I'm really excited. Not get too hot, but make it's warm enough to keep the motors running good and everything like that. So it should be a good time all weekend.
How does it compare? You've raced a ton. I know, in the Intermountain West area. How does it compare when you're racing somewhere like that with such a difference in elevation and humidity?
Oh my gosh. I mean, not even just on me, but on the car, it's crazy, right? Because your elevation is so low and we control how much fuel goes into the motor. So we don't run carburetors on sprint cars. And so we change the pills out. And so we have a little computer system that'll tell us the density altitude. And that's kind of the fuel sheet I was talking about with the dyno is we just look at that density altitude on our dyno sheet that we got and it'll tell us what pill to put in. And I mean, you're going like a 40 count difference on pills. And so when we're in Colorado, we have to run so that we're feeding less fuel to the motor. And then here we come in and we do the opposite. And so that actually makes it harder on us because now we have to feed so much fuel to the motor that we're going to be running out of gas a little bit quicker. So that kind of will play into our strategy a little bit with how much fuel we're going to start with and all that sort of stuff. And we kind of talked to some locals and this usually sprint cars race here for 30 laps and 30 laps is hard on them. And we're doing 40 and, 10 more laps on Meridian isn't too big of a deal, but 10 more laps on a half mile is pretty crazy, especially if you're wide open the whole time. So we're a little bit nervous on fuel going here compared to Meridian and stuff. And then tires are a little bit different. This track is pretty hard on tires compared to most tracks. So even though you can go full throttle, especially in qualifying, you want to do that all the way around the track. But when you're racing, you don't want to be doing that, even though you can, because 40 laps, those tires are not going to make it. And so it's really going to be a big strategy game. Unlike Meridian, it's still strategy, but it's not quite to the point of we will not finish the race if we don't strategize the right way.
And what are the goals for you as far, are you saying I want to win this thing, take the million? Do we have goals, top 5? What's your goal?
I would say first off is to make the race, right? And then second off is bring it home in one piece. I mean, it's got to be at that golf tournament and within 3 days. So so we're hoping we don't got to put in some work to get a car show ready. But ultimately we just want to do really well. We want to learn something, and finishing in the top 10 is my goal. I mean, you got some really big names out there and a new racetrack. These people, a lot of these drivers, you look at Bobby Santos, Davey Hamilton, even like Colton Bettis, and they ran this track multiple times, and we've never even ran a racetrack this size. And so, or with this car, we've only had this car for a year. It's a new motor, so it'll be more of a learning curve for us than some of those other guys. So I'd say finishing in the top 10 is probably our biggest goal.
And completely doable.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, yeah, Natalie, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It doesn't seem that long ago. Obviously, it has been a few years, but how does it feel with the team? I mean, a few years ago when you were new in the sprint car, new in the modified, all that stuff, you guys are just getting those laps, getting that experience, right? Now, you're slowly sliding into that veteran stage, and the competition level obviously stepping up with you guys making the tows across the country. Are you approaching it any different than if it was your rookie season and you're just trying to get laps as you get more and more comfortable in those cars?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just Pink Lady this last year was a huge step up for us. Qualifying in the top 5, right? That was like insane for us. We were always below the top 10. And then to start and be running with, like, I think it was Evan Margison, and I passed him, and I was just like shocked in the main event that I passed Evan Margison, and so, and then like rolling up on Colton Nelson and battling Colton Nelson for, real good laps and all of that. It was just so eye-opening to see the progress we had made. And I mean, even though we weren't able to finish the Pink Lady, but just to be in that moment and feel that accomplishment. And it was just amazing to see how far the team has come. It's not just me. We've learned so much at every race watching other drivers, and there's so many people. The Sprint Car Series is such an amazing group of guys. We all support each other. They're always there to lend some advice or a helping hand, whatever part you need. And so we've learned a lot from other drivers, especially when we visit different parts of the country and different strategies. We when we were racing with Sammy Swindell in Colorado and Vegas, we learned some things that he's taken over from the dirt side, and so it's really interesting to see all the different backgrounds, how they come together in everybody and play into their strategies and kind of pick pieces out that we like over the years. And I've noticed a big difference in the crew guys. My grandpa's kind of that type A, control everything and wants it done right, so he's going to do it all. And to see him kind of teach everybody else how to do some of the parts and back off a little bit, it's been really cool to see everybody take pride in what they're doing in the car and really learn why we're doing what we're doing. And I think that's been a huge part of our success as well too.
Very nice. Well, I know you guys are on a different time zone over there, but I tell you what, all of us back here, whether we're watching here where I'm at or Patrick and the family from home, do you know your schedule on Friday when you hit the track? What's it look like for you guys on this night number 1 of the Race for the Million?
It is, so we practice tomorrow, so we're going to be there bright and early, picking out tires and all that good stuff. And then Friday, we will have our drivers meeting, I believe, at 2 p.m. We start practicing at 3:15, qualifying 5:30, heat races at 7, and then it just goes into all those C mains, dashes, B mains, all that good stuff. So we got kind of, it's always like that. It seems it's hurry up and wait, and then you kind of have one race and then a break, and then it's just boom, 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 and then the night's over, right? So we're excited to be part of the busy schedule this weekend.
Awesome. So folks out here, I know we were talking about getting some people together for a big watch party. We'll all be ready to go about 2:00 back out here in the Idaho, Utah area, and you guys will be getting ready to practice. So that's awesome. We're excited for you, Patrick.
Yeah, just looking forward to it. So if somebody's at home right now and they're sitting in Magna, Utah, and they want to watch, where's the best place for them to tune in?
Flow Racing will be the best. They always do great coverage on the sprint car races. We won't be going live on the page, but we will post some updates. And so they can follow the Nat Attack page for any race day updates if they're not able to get on the Flow Racing. But yeah, Flow is probably the best place to watch it live and get the real feel for it.
Right on. And so if you can watch on Flow, watch on Flow. If you can't, go to Meridian, go to the Pit Stop Sports Bar and Grill. You can watch it there. If you can't do either, make sure you follow the Nat Attack Facebook page so that you can get at least the updates they'll be posting there.
Yes, going to be exciting. So Natalie, we're kicking off 2026. Who's helping you? I got you all the way to Florida already. Who's back in Nat Attack in 2026?
Yes, of course. I gotta thank my crew guys, for hauling butt the last 3 days to get down here. My grandpa John and Kim and Chase and Idaho Powder Coating. They make that beautiful orange color sparkle. B Graphics, Monty does a great job every year getting that design on the car. Sorensen Construction, they've helped us for 2 years now, and we come back strong together every year. Obviously, Pit Stop Podcast, you guys do a great job helping us out and getting the word out about our page and our Race to End bullying and stuff like that. So we appreciate you guys as well too. And then as well as West Valley Collision and Repair and my great friend Brad Hunziker as well too.
Yay. Well, Patrick, you got anything closing for this young lady before she goes and pulls those belts tight for the first time in 2026?
Yeah, one last thing. I follow the Nat Attack Facebook page, and did I see something happen? Maybe was it Arkansas on the way down for the fellas?
I don't really know how much is truth and how much is lies because they tell me a story and then they all kind of look at each other and they laugh. So I don't know if I should ask further questions or if I should just mind my own on that one.
Yeah, we might have to bring Will John Waters on here to see if we can get the story out of him one of these times.
Yeah, right. I know. I'd like to hear it too. So I'd tune into that.
Right on. Well, we're excited to watch Nat this weekend, and we wish the best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Natalie. Good luck, hon. We'll see you later.
Okay, thank you guys. We'll see ya.
All right, Patrick. Natalie Waters, Pensacola, Florida, along with Brian Wharf and the Hurricane Jeff Montgomery and a whole bunch of guys and gals that we're used to watching a sprint car racing in there in sunny Florida this weekend. Are you jealous, excited, or all of the above?
Yeah, but I mean all of it really, because I'm glad to see that Natalie's doing these big things, right? Like this girl is just next level, taking it to these huge, huge races and represents so well. And going down with these guys that we've heard their names, Brian Wharf and these names, the Montgomerys. These are super fast drivers, and if the rest of the entry list is the same kind of caliber of driver, man, what a race. It's just going to be a bunch of purebred racers, heavyweights of the sport, just doing battle. And if you've not watched any kind of racing like this before, trust me, it's going to be awesome. So check it out if you can. And the easiest way to do it, really, if you're anywhere near the Boise Meridian area, go to the Pit Stop Sports Bar and Grill on the corner of Broadway and Main in Meridian, and they'll have it there for you. Brent's paying the fee to watch and have it broadcast there. You can enjoy some good food. There'll be other race fans. It's going to be the atmosphere that you want to watch a race like this in. So if you can do that, get there. I wish I could get off work so I could cruise up there, but I got to do what I got to do, right? I got to pay the bills. So
yeah, bills got to be paid. I know. But yeah, we got the good food. We got everything here, and that is Friday. We're going to have some beer specials, $3 Modelo's and Coronas for the big green to checkered finish. 3:30 Mountain Time qualifying on Flow Racing. We'll have at least 4 of the big screens with some sprint cars on them up here, and it's all about the excitement in the racing, Patrick. But it's also cheering on our regional, local folks. And like when we say local, when it comes to sprint cars, that's Idaho, Utah, Washington, Oregon, California. I mean, to go across country and do some racing. And if you've never seen or watched any highlights from Five Flags Speedway, whether it's super lates or these sprint cars, go on YouTube tonight and check it out, because our dear friends are going to be pulling those belts tight. And like she said, full throttle, wide open, 40 big laps.
Literally full throttle, like no holding back. And she said this is something that they haven't done in this car yet, so it's going to be exciting. I know that the crew is going to be ready to go. John Waters is a guy that, like she said, like he's that guy. He's the that personality type. He's going to make sure things are dialed in, ready to go, so that Natalie, all she has to worry about is hitting her marks and just pushing that thing to the limit. It's going to be so awesome, man. John commented, he said, "We are all good." I just saw something happen in Arkansas. I don't know what it was, but I know a police officer was involved. It looked like, I don't know.
Hey, it can't be a racing weekend unless there's a police officer involved, right?
That's right. Yeah. They just got it out of the way early.
Yes. So Thursday, Friday, keep your eye on all the social media, Flow Racing, whether you're home, on the road, or down here hanging out with us Friday afternoon. And then next Wednesday, Patrick and I will regroup and recap on the first of 4 big. Oh, John says he didn't go to jail. That's all that matters. No jail time, Patrick.
Oh, could you imagine? Natalie's at the airport, needs a ride to the hotel, and the one phone call she gets is John's one phone call from the jail cell. I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad it didn't happen.
No, I just see John as an angel. I don't know that would ever happen.
Yeah, he is. He is the most innocent man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is sprint car action. At Five Flag Speedway, Pensacola, Florida. First of 4 big Race for the Million events. We're also going to have a great group of local drivers that are currently, I know Donovan Barr, I believe, commented earlier, they're getting ready to take the Speed Tour Modifieds to Tri-Cities Raceway, the Red Mountain Events Center, one of, other than our home tracks, one of my favorite tracks that maybe, just maybe, Saturday night after the races, the old Chevy might take an all-nighter to Tri-Cities Raceway. We'll see. I'm getting older, though. Last year, it took it out of me for the Fall Classic, but Tracy and the family, Lacey and the family getting ready to put on a huge show. Kevin Harvick's Cars Tour West is going to be there. And then, of course, our regional group of drivers, Northwest Super Late Models, the Speed Tour Modifieds. Brent and Terry Benson, a couple of our officials are headed up there to officiate the Speed Tour series. It's going to be cool to get Speed Tour at Tri-Cities, Patrick.
Yeah, very awesome. And Lilith is Donovan's car, right? They call her Lilith, so it's going to be good. I'm always a fan cheering on the Barr team, and I love what they do. So, and he's newlywed, mind you. So he's on cloud 9, feeling good. Car's dialed in, literally cloud 9 because his car's number 9, right?
Number 9. Well, he's on cloud 9B.
Cloud 9B, exactly. Yeah. Oh. Sherry just commented, John's not that innocent. Hey, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure every time I've seen John at a racetrack, there's that little halo above his hat.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty innocent.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen him do anything illegal yet.
No, never heard a word.
Yeah.
Nothing that we can talk about on the internet anyway, right?
Exactly. So, yeah,
so,
Modifieds up there. And Lacey, we've had her on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And great gal, and they've been working their butts off to put on such a cool event, so it's going to be a great time for you.
Yeah, they're going to have some great events. And again, like I said, Tommy Mason and the crew with Low Budget TV, they're going to be up there for the Sunday Northwest Super Late Model event. That's going to be live right here behind us at the bar as well. We'll have some food specials on Sunday, so come on in. We'll be shooting that out, and you guys can come hang out with us and watch some of our friends and drivers up there. What'd Brent Cool say? Did he just comment? I can only read half the comments, so you have to read my comment.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to see because it says Terry and I can't get down there Friday night. Can't wait to.
The Bensons and Mr. Cool going to Tri-Cities Raceway. Beautiful racetrack.
Yeah, that's good.
So lots of great racing going on there. I know you're itching, Patrick, now as you see your calendar getting closer to the 18th and 25th, which gets you even closer to May 2nd, kicking off Magic Valley Speedway, doing some stuff in the office. And we're still focused on Meridian weekend too, but slowly the stuff coming across my desk is starting to have Magic Valley Speedway logos on it. So it's coming, buddy.
Yep. Can't wait. We're going up the 18th to clean the booth and get everything ready. You know the deal, get everything prepped up for the season. So we got to figure out all the wiring, make sure we're plugging the plugs in the right places and all the buttons are where they need to be. And there's always going to be some, some monkeys in there that some bugs in the electrics that are going to, I'll call you, I'll probably have to call you, Brent. Where do I plug this in at? It'll be a whole deal, but we'll get there so that come opening day, we'll be ready.
Yeah. It's just around the corner. Great weekend last weekend at Meridian Speedway. Exciting racing. The weather was like 70 degrees and sunny on the first weekend in April, which we won't say anything about what the weather's supposed to be like this Saturday in April, but last weekend was amazing. Couple hard hits. Good news. Tanner Wong, heavy hit into the north end barrier with a stuck throttle, walked away. I sent you that video. Titus Clancy had a quick time in the NASCAR Modifieds. Got to carry the colors around the racetrack in his modified, and then unfortunately ended up on his lid later in the night. Titus walked away too, but a couple of crazy wrecks. But all in all, great racing on an opening night, Patrick. I can't wait to get down to Magic Valley and see what's happening on May 2nd.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a blast. And I saw some of those clips, and you had sent me like, man, for that first night, we had a couple real hard hits into the wall. I'm just glad everybody's okay. Cars and trucks can be fixed. We just want everybody to, racing family is the most important to us. So as long as everybody's all right, we can race another day.
Yeah. So this weekend, Project Filter Twin 35s at the racetrack, a full card of racing. I know the street stocks will be back. We're going to get to see the vintage cars for the first time. So some classes still making their season debuts. Some classes already making their second run at it. So a big thanks to our friends at Project Filter. They always help us out a bunch, both at Meridian and Magic. And we're rolling, and then we're just 9 days away from a Busch Light boat bash of destruction already, Patrick. Things are about to get crazier at downtown Meridian I had a guy asking me today, he's like, I want to see that one. And then when can I go down there and hear Patrick talk about the Thunderdogs going the wrong way through the grass and hitting the light pole? And everybody's excited, man. It's race season.
I love it. We've been waiting for this. You and I have been just dying for this time to be here. So let's everybody come out to the track. Let's have a blast. Share some good times, take all the pictures, record all the videos. If life's worth living, it's worth recording. So let's just have good times and make the memories this year.
Yeah, it is going to be awesome. I do want to shout out because I'm our good friends, Tyler and Dusty, helping us with the Speedcast.tv streams. Sorry, I'm back. You know what's crazy as I get older? All these people have these little scooters and they're going to run my rear end over on the corner of the street. So they don't care. They come right at you.
Crazy.
It's like you can't see the fat guy on the corner with a phone stuck out in my selfie stick. That's why I'm so far away. I feel like a child. But I got to thank just personal wise, Tyler and Dusty did a cool thing for me and my family after losing my dad in February. And when I get into my race mode, you know how it is. We just get racing, I think I walked by a special seat that Tyler and Dusty left for my dad. Ironically enough, probably within about 6 feet of where my dad and I sat and started watching races at Meridian Speedway in 1980. Makes me feel old, but that's about the time I got to start coming out there. So big thanks to Tyler and Dusty. First, that's my dad and I went to every race that we could our whole life. And then since I've been working or racing or my kids have been racing, it was always a Sunday afternoon trip if he couldn't make it here as he got older in the last few months and years. So it's kind of cool. So I do want to thank Dusty and Tyler publicly for that because, it was memories at this racetrack, whether the people that we shared those memories with are with us, or some of them might be with us and hate us or hate each other or whatever. But when it comes to getting on that 5-acre property, it's still all family. So I got to tell Dusty and Tyler thanks. That made my day. I'm just sorry that I'm such a focused racing nerd. I didn't see it till 11 o'clock that night.
Yeah, that's okay. We get in the zone and we've got our habits and our routines that we go through at the track. And, but Dusty and Tyler are class acts. And, so doesn't surprise me that they did that. They are so awesome. And they've been going through some stuff recently too. And, they are the racing family. They're part of that group that we just love to see. And, that we can't wait to share some good times with that.
Patrick, love you. Yeah, there's some bar people leaving. There's Dustin and leaving the old Pit Stop Sports Bar and Grill. So I appreciate them a lot for doing that and everything that they've done. And man, it's been a wild ride the last few years, but now we're ready to follow our friends around the country all of a sudden as they all go racing.
Yep. I mean, near or far, racing's racing, and we love it, especially when we know somebody and we've seen them at the tracks that we go to all the time. It's exciting to see, even though, we want to see them at our track all the time. Sometimes they're going to be chasing these $1 million events and I get it, man. And I love it. Love to see the progression and the growth in these drivers. And some of them, might think that they're not growing because they've been doing this so long, so many years, but we love to see it.
Yes. So yeah, what else you got? And then I'll let you get those kids all tucked in. You're 3 weeks away, buddy, from taking over the booth again. And you've done I know Adam and all of us as part of the Meridian team love that you guys are back, you and the family. And Diane, Man, Diana putting the music tunes on. Again, I think we said it last year at this very same week. It'll not be long till we're talking about trunk or treat, right?
Yeah, that's how it goes for us. Diana's already been going through music. She's getting lists together, making some adjustments from last year, adding some new things. And we have a new green flag sponsor for this year at Valley Speedway. So shout out to A to Z ISP is the company. A to Z ISP, and they are going to be the green flag sponsor for 2026. They're going to have some banners up at the track and sending some folks out to the racetrack as well. So love that. And we're working on finalizing a couple others. And I may or may not have, but most definitely got a picture today of a pace car for Magic Valley Speedway.
Very nice.
So we're trying to get it everything. We got to get everything solidified. But there's a car that's going to be available for at least a while to use. We're going to see about getting some graphics on it, some cool stuff like that. But it's a very, very fast car. I almost died in a similar car last year. So stay tuned. We'll post it.
So are we gonna put Randy Kerr in it then, so that you almost don't die?
Hey, Randy can be in it. I will not. That's all I know.
Sweet. Well, yeah. I mean, I know the excitement's building. I mean, I'm standing on the corner in my shorts. It feels like spring. It's going to get a little chillier later on in the week, but we've got some good things coming, man.
Yeah. Hey, Riley said Chicken Dance song needs to be on there. That'll be on there. If you guys have songs you want to hear at the racetrack, let us know. I mean, I'm married to the lady that plays them at Magic Valley Speedway, so we can make it happen. So, Randy,
What else we got? Oh, Randy's ready.
Do it, Randy. I'm telling you, man. You can drive the pace car all you want. I will not be in a vehicle that has that capacity of power the same time as you, my man. I love you, but I can't do it. I got babies I got to live for. You know what I mean? So.
I don't think he really wants to kill you, though.
Hey, Randy's all about having a good time, man. So you're going to have fun if Randy Kerr's there at the track. But it's just too fast for me. It's just too fast for this guy.
Patrick said, or Brent says, Twin Falls Dentistry back on board.
All right, Twin Falls Dentistry. I love it. Hey, and I might need to take my kids somewhere, so I'm going to have to check out Twin Falls Dentistry. Yeah.
Yep. Or if you ride in that pace car and like when Randy turns the corner and your jaw goes smashing into the door, you might need to stop at Twin Falls Dentistry before you head back to Utah.
I'll keep that in mind because I might need to get work done. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. It's racing, man. You might take a left hook to the jaw. You never know what happens at a racetrack, right?
That's for sure.
So, all right, man. I will I'll let you get settled for the night. We're going to get this thing figured out, but I think once we got rolling, it was awesome to have Natalie Waters with the Raced In Bowling on and all of those cool folks hanging out down there getting ready for the big weekend.
Yep. Thanks, Natalie. We appreciate you for coming on the show, and we'll get this all, like Brent said, we'll get it dialed in. We'll get it figured out better and better each week.
And again, shameless plug, Friday, 2:00, $3 Modelo's, $3 Coronas, pop food, all your friends watching the Race for the Million, Chapter 1 from Pensacola, Florida. We're going to have it on the big screens all the way till it's over. Saturday, Cars Tour is going to be on at the bar. I'm going to be up at Meridian Speedway ready for Project Filter Twin 35s. And then on Sunday, Low Budget TV live at the bar and live around the world as we get ready for the 2026 Apple Cup. Always the big kickoff at Red Mountain Event Center. Lacey and the family, hopefully they have an amazing, amazing weekend and an amazing show up there too. So lots of racing, man. And before too long, we're going to add Magic Valley. We're going to add Motorplex at the Mill. We're going to add Firebird Raceway for drag racing. Black Canyon already has some go-kart racing in the books. We need to get Andrew on here to chat with him. Full throttle, buddy. No rest for Blueberry right now.
That's it. No brakes. It's all gas right now. Let's go.
So, for the folks that Raced In Bowling, Overturf Photography, Performance Science and Graphics, some of our sponsors, if you guys want to be a part of the show, get a hold of Patrick and I. Obviously, we might need we might need a new something or other to make the sound work on the inside of this building, but I know there's stuff out there we're going to be shopping for. But we appreciate everybody helping. Now it's just time to get to a racetrack.
Let's do it, man. Get to the racetrack, and on the off days or even on race day, go to the Pit Stop Sports Bar and Grill.
We'll take care of you there. We'll take care of you down at Magic Valley Speedway and Meridian Speedway. And we can't wait to get both of these tracks up and running for a great season. So, Patrick, I owe you a big thanks. Life's been crazy the last couple of years, and without good friends like all of our racing family, but especially you sticking with me through this thing, I owe you. So let's have a great summer.
Let's do it, man. Hey, Trevor Wells says he can help with the stuff, sound inside the bar. Maybe we need to contact him. We'll be in touch. Send a DM.
Yes. The biggest thing we need is new equipment. I can do it all. We just need stuff that worked that isn't from 1918 that I've acquired. But we'll get it rolling, man. We'll get it going through for all the sponsors for Natalie Waters, Patrick and his family, Pensacola, Florida, Meridian, Idaho, Tri-Cities Raceway. All the races are going to be right down here at the bar or on site, and I hope everybody tells us how the races are in person. Catch you next Wednesday, bud.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.